Yeah.
How do you get your kids to help clean up?
Teach them how to do it. I
That's
mean,
it?
it sounds, and here's why I say that. It's like, oh, well, that's such an obvious answer. But I used to tell my kids, pick up your toys. And I just expected them to know how to do it. I never actually taught my kids anything. I just said, pick up your toys. And I wondered, well, why is there such resistance or confusion? And it's like, part of it was I just didn't teach them how to do it. Oh, River, you pick up the green blocks and put them in this bin. Levi, you pick the red blocks and I'll start with the purple blocks. And so you start small, you teach them how to do it. You support them with ongoing conversation, modeling, and understanding that it's not a one-off conversation, or even a one-off, like, here, I'm going to sit with you and do it. And then it's like, you get to wipe your hands clean of it. But I think, teaching them the how is important, but also the why can be beneficial depending on their age, right? Because if kids don't understand the why, it can be annoying. It's like, well, I have to clean my room because mom told me, or dad told me, or grandma told me. But instead, what I used to do, especially in common the gathering spaces in our home, like the living room or the kitchen, I'd say we all need to do our part, whatever that looks like. You need to bring your dirty dishes to the counter, all these different things, so that I have more time to read you bedtime stories at night. And then my kids would go, oh, I want that. Right. Or so I have more time to give you some more snuggles tonight, or that we can take a bubble bath instead of a shower. Right. All the things that really would motivate my kids. This is how we can do them if you help me. And it doesn't have to take a long time. It doesn't have to be this huge, extensive project. But also I think just knowing for them, my kids felt, I think it's so important for you to be there, like in the room with them, especially in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like what I would typically do after I taught them for the first few weeks is I would start with them and then quietly remove myself from the process. And, a few minutes later, it was done. And again, the less clutter, less toys you have, the quicker that toy pickup happens too. It used to take me, Katie, guess how long it took me to pick up our toys before I decluttered?
Minutes?
30 minutes.
Oh man.
30 minutes.
That's why I would just leave them out.
I did a lot of nights. Yeah. Just like, well, what's the point? Right.
But like you said, if that, research proven increases our anxiety, we're in a conundrum.
And even, bringing that into how it impacts kids. I mean, I hear time and time from parents who go through my toy course or just decide I'm just going to declutter the toys. Like, hey, my kids are getting along better. Or my daughter, one of my moms cleaned out, helped her daughter, declutter her whole room. And it was like the before and after, it was just like, it looked like it belonged in a magazine. And her daughter, up until that point, had like refused to sleep in her room. She would have nightmares, and her mom thought, oh, that's so weird. And by no means did they declutter for that reason. But guess what? Her daughter started sleeping in her room and wanted to spend time in her room, play with her dolls, instead of bring all of her toys and stuff to the living room, which drove the mom nuts too, right? And so there are so many benefits. I mean, it's good for us as adults, but it's also really great for our kids.